Well, we're back with another rapid reaction. I got a feeling that we're going to be on the YouTubes quite a bit here as the transfer portal continues to spin and swirl and twirl and whirl. We don't know where it's going to take us next. We certainly didn't expect this to happen tonight, but we're always ready. And that's why Adam Luckett says, always keep your head on a swivel. This rapid reaction is brought to you by Friends of Cole, friendsofcolekentucky.org. They sponsor all of our rapid reactions, whether it's basketball, football, transfer portal, whatever it may be. Visit friendsofcolekentucky.org. Cole, it's resilient, reliable, and affordable. Friendsofcolekentucky.org. We're happy to be with you tonight to talk about the latest transfer portal edition, and it is a big one. We were on Sam Levitt watch. Not anymore. Kenny Minchey will be a Cat. The former Notre Dame quarterback committed to Nebraska yesterday. Commitment didn't stick for long. The ink didn't dry. Nothing was signed, sealed, and delivered until the Cats made a late move to get Minchey to be a Wildcat. And Luckett, it is officially official. The Cats and Will Stein have their quarterback.
Like you said, Nick, head on a swivel. Like, these things are fluid. They go fast. Tonight is a perfect example of just the portal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, like 3 guys run the portal. It's like Pete Nakos, Steve Wiltfong, and Pete Thamel. And so, like, we get the report from Nakos and Thamel that, oh, he's going to flip, essentially. And then, like, you know, within, 30 minutes, it was all done.
Yeah.
And that's how it goes. And so for Kentucky, to me, this is fit kind of their operation over there. Everything's been quiet.
Yeah.
Like in the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we find out about some things, but most of the things, even the Levitt, we don't find out about it until they can't keep it a secret anymore.
Right.
And so for Minchey, Nick, I even heard talking to people, he didn't even visit Lexington.
Nice.
Kentucky got it done. I think he's going to visit in the coming days. So that's a little nugget for you all, good 11 personnel listeners. We'll have some more kind of just like what happened behind the scenes at KS Board later. I think it's going to be another late night for your guy.
Yeah. Fire up the coffee pot at 10 o'clock.
and so, that's where we're at right now. But Kentucky, I've seen a lot of like talk. This is their starting quarterback. This guy is their starter.
Yeah. A little bit of background because so from what we can gather, right, and some of this is just kind of piecing things together, is that they wanted to get a big fish, and things kind of felt pretty good for 24, 48 hours after that visit. But you reach a break point where if one doesn't work, you've got to be able to pivot to your next guy. And in order for that pivot to work, you can't really have anybody know about it, right? And, you know, the day that he entered the portal, I think that Kentucky's name was live on a website for maybe 5 or 10 minutes before it got taken off. So you had to be very alert and aware that Kentucky could even be mentioned. I don't think we ever mentioned his name officially anywhere. I mean, we may have in passing. Actually, yeah, we did, because that was when they were looking for like the Boley immediate fallout. Like Minchey got kind of tossed around, I think, by some people.
I think he was just in the pool of players in the portal of guys that were, a possibility. Fit. I'm pretty sure I had him on the board when I wrote these are the quarterbacks kind of available that could fit Kentucky. So to me, like Sam Levitt was a swing. I was like, oh, I don't know if they could. I didn't think. I was a little skeptical they could pull it off, but I didn't know that they were gonna, swing like that, because when you swing like that, Nick, you can lose out on other targets. So you gotta be careful, and you got to know when to get out of the race essentially, and then go get someone else. And it seems like there was kind of maybe a hard deadline here where they had to move. Specifically, probably they had to move on, get out of the Levitt race, but they also had to make sure Minchey didn't sign with Nebraska at the end of the at the end of the day, if that was their second guy, which it is. And we didn't really know who the second guy was, but we found out quickly here tonight. And my antennas really got up, Nick, when Jacob posted over at the board that it's looking like Ashton Daniels might not visit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then it was like, okay, if he's not visiting and he's not committing right now, maybe there's something going on. And it turns out there was something going on.
Well, and that it was right before we went on air. We were talking privately, and you're like, well, it's probably something where Levitt might be taking a lot of these visits, and that is, I think we can say that was safe to happen, right? Like Levitt's about to go on a visit tour. Kentucky wasn't going to wait around and was ready to make a move on Minchey, which, if you have not heard that name before, this was a highly contested quarterback battle in spring practice between CJ Carr and Kenny Minchey. And
in the fall camp.
Yeah.
It went all the way to the wire.
Yeah. So all the way through summer. And so I reached out to a couple of people who cover Notre Dame, because it's one of those things that you hear, like, okay, we hear that it's but how close was it? One of those insiders said he was never really given the chance at Notre Dame. Damn near beat out Carr for the starting job. Everyone in Notre Dame circles always felt Minchey is going to seed wherever he ends up, and that one guy thought it was so close that he even made a video like Minchey wins the job, right? Like it was basically a coin flip, and Marcus Freeman ultimately went with CJ Carr. So
some background here, Nick. Like Carr for them was a huge recruiting win. Redshirt freshman, I believe. Lloyd Carr's grandson, if you haven't heard. It was kind of a thing where they almost had to play him. They had to at least see what he could do. And it turned out like he was awesome this year for Notre Dame. And he's going to be on those Heisman short lists. CJ Carr is going to be on there. And Minchey really pushed him to the limit. And that's going to be, I think, the thing we talk the most kind of about him.
Mm-hmm.
But there was also a relationship here from the coaching staff. Mike Denbrock is Notre Dame's offensive coordinator.
Correct.
Mike Denbrock, before he went to Notre Dame, where he spent the last 2 years, was LSU's offensive coordinator.
Joe Sloan was the quarterback's coach.
Joe Sloan was the quarterback's coach, while Mike Denbrock was in BR. So obviously there was that connection there. And then Minchey, as a recruit, Nick, he was like this 3-star kid as a junior. He blew up at the Elite 11 circuit. Believe he was one of those kids at the Elite 11 every year. It's like, oh, this is a 3-star we're inviting. Really kind of showed out. Was committed to Pitt during this time. That and plus a big junior year ultimately led him into the summer before senior year. Where some other options emerge. He gets hurt actually his senior year. He could have ended up being a top 200 overall player. He could have been ranked even higher if he plays. Notre Dame flips him a month before signing day in November, and he goes to Notre Dame. So that's kind of the recruiting story on him. It wasn't like one of these recruitments where he was in the spotlight from the time he was, a sophomore, right? It was kind of a late kind of entrance into that. And the completion percentage, 71% completion rate as a senior, 63 as a junior. We heard Stein talk about that, right, in the introductory press conference. Got to have a quarterback that's accurate. The rap on him, I don't think he's necessarily a runner, but he's mobile, can move around the pocket, can extend plays, can scramble, get first downs.
Sorry, I feel like there's while this is happening, this is obviously a big fish. We're also getting a lot of messages about some other big fish, because Kentucky does have some other big fish on campus. Jordan Castell is one of them. We've talked about a lot, but Malcolm Simmons is there. This is chaos. Like it.
It's absolute chaos. But
I feel like I'm doing some sort of weird drug that doesn't exist anymore. It's just Portal.
It's like the Christmas Vacation, or the speech he gives at the end. What's he say? I feel like
holy shit, where's the ass?
That's where we're at right now. But Kenny Minchey is a starter. We're going to have a lot on him.
Yeah.
We're going to dig into him. There's stuff happening right now. Tomorrow, I'm expecting multiple commitments as of now.
Mm-hmm.
And so things are going to happen fast. And Kentucky has their quarterback. I think it was I think two things.
Mm-hmm.
How they operate in the shadows. That's something I think everyone's just going to have to get used to. And two, they had, to me, Nick, they had a plan, and I think they had a sensible plan, and they moved on it and didn't miss around. Right? They put a price tag on Cutter, go their separate ways. They take a big swing at Sam Leavitt, and from what we're hearing, they were willing to spend money to get him. It doesn't work out. They quickly pivot to a guy that Nebraska, a Big Ten school with big money, targeted and wanted, and they stole their cookies, right? They stole the Huskers' cookies, and the petty war between the Big Blue and the Big Red continues in the portal. And now they got their guy, and now we're going to see what he can do. And to me, it's very similar to kind of the Will Levis, right?
Yeah.
Backup quarterback for a program that's winning big time games behind good he's sitting behind good quarterbacks, wants a chance to play and prove it. He's got a good pedigree. This is similar to me. You have to, again, you've got to bet on Stein. You hired him to make decisions like this, and this is the first big one, and we'll see how it plays out. But that is the bet here. That their evaluation without much game tape can lead to good things for the Kentucky football program.
The other thing too that I will this is a good time where there's a lot of portal anxiety, and there's a lot in Huskerland right now. Will Compton, his tweet was outstanding about how Kenny Minchey bleeped Nebraska. He committed, was supposed to visit tomorrow. Agent had paperwork and said he was signing. Kentucky hit him with a blank check. Lack of honor and spine led him to switch before signing the contract. Yeah, Agent complied.
I know Will's I know he's a huge Nebraska guy. I don't listen to the podcast, but do we think he's involved in kind of their NIL?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So that's strong. That's a strong statement if it's coming from someone highly involved there. Sean Callahan, Nick, who is the head of the Husker Online, which is the biggest Nebraska site. It's in the On3 network. So this is Nebraska's version of KSR. Tweeted out, I'm pulling it up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Basically was something. This has been quite a turn. That's not a good development here. And then he wrote something and they're going crazy over there. He even told ESPN, I think, yesterday, Nick, that he was coming to Nebraska, and then Kentucky basically came with a big offer here and got it done. And so,
and that's
not a great development for them.
To remember, Kentucky, they can fish in deep waters. They can go up against the big boys. That's where we're dealing with this portal.
Mickey Mouse writes the checks.
Yep.
The mouse writes the checks. He gives the check to the Wildcat. The Treasury down there. It's not Gringotts under. It's the Wildcats a little layer. He's got a lot of money down there. They can pay people, and so they've got money to spend.
Shaka, our pal asked, got Minchey, CJ Baxter. Who's next? I like Kentucky's position with CJ Baxter. I'm not sure if this is good enough to get DeAndre Moore, but if you're a KSR Plus subscriber, you saw that Steve Wiltfong had an encouraging update about DeAndre Moore that I think is going to put a smile on your face. And one that really puts a smile on my face is the name that we were efforting to figure out. Tegra Shabola is visiting Kentucky, and I can't. Guys, Vince Merrill has tried to get Tegra Shabola for 10 years.
It's every year. Every year, Tegra Shabola. It's the never-ending quest. Vince, I know you're listening. What's going on?
I mean, from high school to every portal that he never portaled, and finally he's portaling. And if he ends up in Kentucky now, oh my gosh, it just.
And with Tegra, it's been a thing. They played him at tackle. They played him at guard. He's always in and out of the lineup.
Ohio State offensive lineman, yeah.
So it's always been a thing he's going to enter. And, Vince, I'm going to get him. He's here, right? We can say it now.
Say what?
I'm going to get him.
Oh yeah.
And it's every year. And now, like that, if he could come to Kentucky, I mean, it's just you can't make it up. What is this?
Between that, and Matt Rule. Remember how much beef he had with that last staff over the? It wasn't Dowdell. What was he all mad at? He got it. It was Dowdell, right?
It was Dowdell because Kentucky tampered. What his accusation was.
Yeah, and then Matt Rule. He's got to be ticked off too. I mean, this is
right. He went on like a 5-minute tangent, on like a bowl press conference. Random Wednesday. Bowl practice or something.
He gets Stoops out of there and he's like, well, I guess I don't have to deal with Kentucky anymore. And here comes a little old Kentucky taking his quarterback.
Yeah, just
man.
No, stuff's going on. I saw a question in there about receivers.
Yeah.
DeAndre Moore, I think that's a big one. It's hard to get a read on to me, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
I know Louisville fans are tweeting a lot about him in his visit. But he's going out to Colorado. CJ Baxter's going to be there. Ohio State's in the race. That to me, Nick, feels like who's going to write the biggest check is probably going to get him. Like, I haven't heard that.
Right.
And I don't think that's a bad assumption to have in these recruitments, but that's kind of how the feel of that is. I don't think I think getting Levitt maybe helps Kentucky a little bit there, but I don't know how big of a difference is Levitt from Minchey there. Malcolm Simmons is who's on campus right now. I think it's important that Kentucky got their quarterback locked in while he's there.
Yeah,
I think close him down before he goes to A&M.
I would agree with you there. Another name, just Daryl Bird, right? Not Daryl Bird. 24/7.
I don't think it's Kentucky media legend Daryl Bird.
What
Daryl Gill Jr.
Dude,
you have to call if Kentucky gets him. You have to call him Daryl Bird all year. Like this is, Henry Boyer was big some bitch last year. Daryl Gill would just have to be Daryl Bird.
Oh man, the portal. It's a hell of a drug, man. It's a hell of a drug. We got to go write some stuff. I'm gonna have to do a lot of proofreading if you couldn't tell, because my brain is just it's going places, man. Earlier, you said something about Simmons, and I was like, "Who is Simmons? I've never heard of Simmons." Oh, the big wide receiver on campus.
Yeah, so the guy we've wrote about, I think 10 stories in the last week.
Yeah. So let's go grease up these wheels in my brain. We're gonna go fire off some posts. We thanks you all for hanging out with us on another KSR Rapid Reaction. The Cats got their quarterback. We'll see you soon on the KSR YouTube channel.